Hi all, this is video number 7, the classification techniques we use. The classification technique consists of physical locomotion metaphors, that is nothing but treadmill, cycles, etc. Next is a steering metaphor, route planning metaphor, target specification metaphor, manual manipulation metaphor, and scaling metaphor. This is a different locomotion system where we can use in VR. Next, classification of travel and locomotion. We can classify virtual training, real turning versus virtual transition and real transition. When we combine the virtual training with the virtual transition, we have desktop VES vehicle environment simulators and K-WAN will be used. Whereas virtual transmission and real turning will be mostly will use edge-mounted displays with a walking place of magic carpet. And we have real transition with virtual turning. We will be having stationary cycles, tread pot and bipod. Whereas in real transition, real turning, we will be using wide. When we compare real transition, real turning, we will be using wide area tracking, uniport or dot, ports or ODT. Taxonomy of travel techniques, we could focus on subtask of travel. Normally we have direction or target selection. Direction target selection consists of gas directed steering, pointing gestures or steering including props, a discrete selection that list menus, environment targets and virtual world. Or we have 2D pointing. Next we have velocity acceleration selection. The velocity acceleration selection consists of constant velocity or acceleration, gesture based which is include props. Next explicit selection, discrete and condensed range. Whereas unuser environment scaling, automatic and adaptive scaling. Next we have input conditions. Input condition consisting of consistent travel or no input, continuous input, start and stop input, automatic start or stop. Next we have a gas director. Gas director is nothing but moving in direction that we are looking. Very intuitive navigation, natural navigation. It can be used with simple HMD device such as nothing but Google Cardboard can be used, but can't look in different direction while moving. This is a gas direction steering. This is teleportatio. Teleportatio is being controlled by selecting endpoint which is usable 3D DOF controller. That is for view. Next, we have jump to a fixed point in a VR. Discrete motion can be confusing with can cause sickness. Next is a pointing. This pointing device is a steering technique which uses hand tracker instead of head tracker. Pointing in the direction when you want to go. Next, you have it is slightly more complex than gas directed steering and allows travel and gas in different direction. It is a good for relative motion. Look one way and move another. Next, this is a point direction wave test. This is grabbing the air technique. This grabbing air technique uses hand gesture to move throughout the world. Metaphor of pulling of rope. Often two handle held in the technique. It may be implemented with pinch gloves. Next we have making of my own can move own body. Grab avatar, move to desired point. Immediate telephone to new position in VE. Next we have redirector walking. Redirector walking. This redirector walking is an address problem for monitored walking space. It is a wrap VR views of the space. It creates illusion of walking straight while walking in circles like that. This is what real room and virtual environment will be there. This redirector walking will be like this. Next, guided navigation. The guided navigation consists of anchor, boat or path river. A spring tether will be used for force attached to the anchor. View direction consists of eye viewer to the eye camera. And at X at any point of the path is following can be changed a new desired anchor speed, and a rate to reach new speed. A view thrust amount will be there, a spring constant will be there, and damping constant. Moreover, the water skilling metaphor for VR movement will be there. That will be good for moving in fixed direction while giving user some control. This is an example. This is a wayfinding. The wayfinding meaning is that it determines and maintaining awareness of where one is located and ascertaining a path through the environment to the desired destination. A problem is that this device makes wayfinding hard. Human beings have different abilities to orient themselves in an environment, and extra freedom can distort people easily. Thus, the purpose of wayfinding is in simulate virtual environments, that is transferring spatial knowledge to a real knowledge. More navigation to complex environments in support of other tasks. This wayfinding makes making cognitive maps. Goal of wayfinding is to build model and types of spatial knowledge in a mental model. mental model. Then they create a mental model, a systematic study of map, exploration of real space, exploration of copy of real space. The problem uses sometimes perceptive judgment or inquiry within virtual. This is example, user wearing head-mounted display often underestimate the dimension of space, possibly cause limited view of view. Hence, thank you for watching video. Thank you.